warm welcome to the Aline with Aline podcast series. I'm Aline, and if you're enjoying the series, please do like, share, and subscribe so we can reach as many people as possible and spread the word and help as many people as possible. Thank you. Today, I'm feeling really strongly that the topic for us to solution find is acceptance. Is finding acceptance of self as an intuitive empath. And this covers so much. So the way I like to do things, I like to look at the solutions. So for me, as I was on my morning walk this morning, I was really feeling the baby steps of acceptance. Now, as intuitive empaths, we feel a lot, we see a lot, we know a lot, and oftentimes situations that before even a week ago didn't really affect us can seem to have an effect as we are growing further and further into our power and into our gifts and feeling so much. So I really felt that acceptance of where you are in this moment in time, not yesterday, because we change every day and there's no such thing as time anyway. We all know it's an illusion. So it's accepting yourself where you are at this present moment, now. So I'm talking about now, not 5 minutes ago, not 5 minutes into the future, just now. And that is accepting yourself, mind, body, and soul. As when we accept ourselves, if we feel there are changes that will help us in our growth, that's when we can start making them. So let's talk about acceptance. Acceptance is not compromising, your beliefs and your values. Have you ever been in a situation where you're in a crowd mentality, or with a group of people who have very, very strong opinions, and you don't have that opinion, but you agree? And when we do that, absolutely no judgment. And that's the fundamental thing, is do not judge yourself. Do not judge anyone, but most importantly, do not judge yourself. Everything is a learning experience. What happens when we compromise our core values and our beliefs is we are not aligning to who we truly are. We're not accepting ourselves. So first and foremost, I would say, is find out, what are your core beliefs? What are your values? It doesn't matter about anybody else. What are yours? So, for example, you may be an avid animal lover, and you may adore cats, you may adore dogs, you may adore horses. Embrace that, own that. And is there anywhere in your life where you can take baby steps and make that core value a part of your everyday life? Now, for example, these are just little baby steps. So you don't have to open an animal rescue. If you want to, wonderful. But these are just very baby steps. So, for example, if you're an animal lover, put some seeds and nuts out for the birds. If you don't have cats, put them very high where the cats can't reach them. If you are a lover of nature, and you don't have a garden, you can always go out into nature and put some food out in nature. Put some nuts out as you go into the woods or into the forest. Any small action is actually a huge action, because what you're doing, you're aligning to your true self. You're aligning to your core values. And if there's a situation that you don't agree with, say nothing. You don't have to start an argument. You don't have to start a debate. If you feel very strongly that is what you would like to do, of course, that's your prerogative. But in general, know your core values and know your beliefs. And by not entering into and compromising who you are, that is huge. So instead of just agreeing with somebody because it's easier, if they say to you, do you know what I mean? You could use two options. You could say, actually, this is how I really feel. and that will feel wonderful. If you're concerned how that will impact on the other person, you could say, actually, I prefer not to talk about it. And that's a huge one. When you say to somebody, I would prefer not to get involved, I prefer not to talk about it, that is huge, because you're still standing in your belief. You're not saying, I'm going to start a fight, a debate with you. You can also, if you're feeling better about the situation, say, I accept your point of view and you're absolutely entitled to your point of view. I don't agree, and that's okay. And if the other person takes umbrage with this, that is up to them. What we're doing is really, throat chakra. What we're doing is really standing up for our beliefs. So your superpower in the world of superheroes, the Marvel superheroes, they're everywhere. Your superpower is standing up for what you believe in. So if there is something that you really, 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 really feel passionate about, start looking at that. So going back to initially finding out your core beliefs, take pen to paper and just write, how do I truly feel about this? How do I just choose 3 subjects, maybe health, wealth, spirituality, for example. Pop all those down. How do you truly feel about this? And then you could take a step further and just with yourself, no judgment. Is there anywhere in my life, in my daily life, in my daily activities where I am not aligning with these beliefs, where I'm compromising my beliefs? And again, no judgment, just note it, because by noting it, it's hugely powerful already. Okay, so pen to paper, just choose 3. How you feel about certain situations. What are your core beliefs about that? How do you feel about wealth? How do you feel about health? How do you feel about spirituality? Choose anything. How do you feel about animals? How do you feel about the earth? How do you feel about the environment? How do you feel about, it could be anything that you're hugely passionate about. How do you feel about interior design? How do you feel about real estate? It will all start coming through. And you may find actually there's some passions that you didn't realize you had. How do you feel about creativity? How do you feel about music? How do you feel about the power of speech? How do you feel about having fun? How do you feel about playing? And all you're doing is just getting to, what are your core beliefs? How do you feel about something? And it may seem, and it may feel a little scattered. And this is what I'm feeling at the moment. This is how it's coming out. It may feel a little scattered to start with, and that's okay. Just keep writing it down and keep writing whatever's coming out. Because when we have so much up here, it's very easy to get sidetracked. It's very easy to check our phones. It's very easy to have a quick look on social media. It's very easy to see what's the latest thing coming on TV. It's very easy to jump into a conversation that we don't particularly have any interest in, but it's taking up time and space. So this is about connecting with yourself. So this is about acceptance. So you don't have to show anybody this. And make sure as you're writing everything down, there is no judgment. And if you feel a judgment coming up, you can just go, oh, okay, there's judgment. That's interesting. And carry on what you're doing. Because it's going to be quite likely that there may be some elements coming up that you feel very passionate about that others around you don't. And it's very likely that there may be some little beliefs in there that actually aren't yours, that they're the opinions and stories of others. Because we all see through different stories. We all excuse me, get my right teeth in. We all see through our experiences. So find yourself a really comfortable space, get a candle on, get some music on, have a shower or bath beforehand. Treat this as your sacred time. So when you're putting pen to paper, when you're in that moment, you're not going to be disturbed. You're just in your space. You're in your your sacred space. So get that pen to paper and just really feel into what are your core values. And also, when we start to explore and go inside, we can sometimes feel like a fight, flight, freeze. You know, the limbic brain can set in, because many of us have been in survival mode. So allow any fears that come up, allow any thoughts that come up, and just keep going. Just know that you're digging deep, you're peeling off layers, you're getting to the core of your true essence. And that's great. And baby steps. You're not going to do it in one afternoon. If you do, wonderful, but baby steps. So out of those core beliefs, passions that you've written down, just choose one and take an action on that one thing. So let's say it's about abundance and wealth, and you had a limiting belief that you didn't deserve to have money. But actually, what you really feel is everybody deserves to have money. Everybody deserves wealth. That is your core belief. Go with that. Maybe write yourself an affirmation, I am abundant. Or go and choose something that you would feel, from others may feel, is an unnecessary expense. Doesn't have to be expensive. Just something that feels really beautiful and lovely, a treat for you, for example. So that's abundance. So you work with that. So I am abundant, and make an action on that. So I'm actually going into a little bit of the practice of my video series here. So I will keep it as short as possible. So what you're doing is you're taking one of those core beliefs and you're working with them. And I would invite you to work with that core belief for a month and just see how things start to change. And every day, just take a little action on that. So with abundance, for example, you could start creating space. So you could start going through drawers and wardrobes and taking things out of your life, you know, the Marie Kondo way, taking things out of your life that you haven't worn. If there's any excess paperwork there, just get rid of it, because you're allowing that space for other things to come in. You know, throw the trousers away they've got holes in that you never wear, or fix them, whichever feels right for you. Because if you have the mindset that's, you know, of the environment, and you don't want to waste the clothes, then fix them and wear them and enjoy wearing them. If you want to, and you've created that space. If you feel that you would like to have something new, and again, no judgment, do what works for you, then get rid, give to charity, make sure it goes to charity, and then you're just allowing for something else to come in. Make sure that whatever you're giving away, somebody else can have the benefit of it. And if you feel you just want to, okay, just get rid and that's it, or you want to sell anything, then I would suggest that anything that you sell, a percentage of that goes to something that you really believe in. So an animal charity, or a children's charity, or a charity that helps with disasters around the world. Whatever is your passion. As an intuitive empath, you're going to have a huge heart, and there's going to be something that really feels passionate for you to help. And as I said, you don't have to create a big rescue group. Just by giving baby steps, you're already helping so much. And as well as you're helping others, you're actually helping yourself as well, because you're aligning to your core values, and it's going to feel good. You're going to feel into it as well. And you'll notice, as you just work with it every day for a month, just choose that one, and then choose another one, and then choose another one. That is going to be getting you to who you truly are. And you may find, and it happens, it's life, that's why we're here for experiences, you may find people, places, things are going to start naturally disappearing, because you are getting yourself into a place that is fundamentally aligning with truly who you are. And if there's anything around you or within you that doesn't align with that, that will naturally go to create the space for who you truly are and for how you were born to live, if excuse the cliche, but it's true. It's before we arrive, we agree to certain life lessons, we agree to certain experiences. Some have very, very specific ways of getting there. Others have, okay, I'm going to get from A to B, not quite sure how it's going to happen, let's enjoy the ride. And many of us are intuitive empaths. So just allow whatever is happening to happen. That's acceptance. So that's what I really felt to come on today to talk about, acceptance. So when you feel that things are falling around outside of you, or let's say a relationship ends, or let's say a job ends, something happens just out of the blue, it's about acceptance. It's about saying, okay, this is for my greater good. I don't know what that is yet. You may not know what it is, and absolutely, you have every right to feel how that feels for you. But when we live with a value of acceptance of whatever's going to happen, that really aligns us to our true path. And that really stops us from being distracted. So distractions can be anything. You know, they can be, let's say, I mean, there could be technology. Technology is wonderful. I wouldn't be able to speak to you all unless there was technology. Technology is fantastic, but when it becomes an addiction, it's not so fantastic. And acknowledging that within yourself with absolutely no judgment at all is vital. Because if you're finding, rather than going within, you're going to the next online streaming reality TV show, or you're going to the next movie that's coming out, and it's not really something you're interested in, it's just because it's there, then it's really important that you look at that. Why are you doing that? Is that something that's aligning with who you are? If you're feeling you'd like to watch a documentary on something you have a real passion about, wonderful. If you want to really immerse yourself into movie land, fantastic, and really feel that. But when it's just iambic pentameter, it's a habit, and you're not really taking in or growing from what you're looking at, then that is something to look at, because you are not aligning with your core beliefs. Okay, so I'm going to continue talking about this anyway. I just think that's enough for today. So just to recap, so acceptance of who you are exactly as you are right now, not how you were yesterday, not how you will be in 5 minutes, not how you'll be next week. So that's mind, body, and soul. And then taking yourself into a sacred space. So phone off, or do not disturb on if you're listening to music on your phone. Have a bath, have a shower, get a candle on, get incense, music on, pen and paper, and maybe just close your eyes and take some deep breaths beforehand. And then take that pen to paper. You could even write with your hand on your heart as well, and just write down as many values that you have. So write down as many topics that come up. Write them all down as they come up. You don't have to do them all straight away. And then choose, let's say, 3. And then from those 3, you write down, what are my real beliefs about this? What are my passions about this? How do I truly feel? Not how Tom, Dick, Harry, the neighbor's guinea pig, your auntie's dog, not how they feel about it. Well, I'm saying animals, but animals are all about equality. So anyway, It's just a it's just a silly way of being, of saying things. So what do you feel? You know, so what do you feel about that situation? And if anything comes up about how anybody else feels, just notice that that is somebody else's opinion, and that's not how you truly feel. So make a note of that. So make a note of what are your core values. Your core values. And then choose one and work with that for a month. So whatever it is, you just work with it for a month. And as I said, you don't have to go big, just go really gently. And if you do the same thing every day for that month, fine. Just the repetition, the showing up, the consistency, that is what is going to be aligning you to your core value and to your true essence. And you will find so many shifts and so many beautiful things happening. Okay, so I really hope that helped. As I said, please like, share, subscribe if you feel that you would like to. And also, if you feel that you would like to share this with others, that it will benefit, please do that as well. And if you would like to get in touch with me personally, please do. I would love to hear from you. You can get in touch with me on the website, send me a message there. And if you would like to be updated with what's happening in the Align with Aline world, then you can subscribe and you will receive all the information. Okay, and if you'd like to let me know how you're getting on, please do as well. I love to hear. All right, so much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful time with this. And if you have any questions at all, please do message me. What I'm also going to be doing is in the next few weeks or so, I'm going to be asking people to send me questions, and I'm going to feel into the answers. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next few weeks. Okay, so sending you so much love. Accept yourself for that fabulous, beautiful, gorgeous person that you are. I have goosebumps as I say this. And just be you. Okay? Ho.